We're in the middle of a legal negotiation, Manning.
Was I talking to you?
You're damn right you're talking to me. You started talking to me the minute you set foot in my police department and then barged into my office without knocking.
I need to talk to my wife.
Your wife is in a meeting with the district attorney and the commissioner of police. Now, if you want to speak to her, you better step outside and try knocking.
But
I mean it, Manning. What can we do for you, Mr. Manning?
you talk to my wife.
Take it outside.
What is wrong with you? I am working,
If you
Todd.
answered your phone, you'd know that your daughter is missing at this moment.
What? What happened?
I don't know. How should I know?
Oh, I don't know, because I left her in your care? Because you have a history of alienating your kids? Because there is something that you are not telling me?
Didn't Kelly give you the flash drive?
Yeah, she did.
Well, then I don't understand. How could you marry that girl?
Because I trust her, Dad. All right, unlike you and Kelly.
Now, wait a minute. You looked at the footage and you heard what that woman said?
Aubrey telling her brother that she loves me?
No, he's not her brother. You must have gotten the wrong flash drive. There must have been a switch.
What happened to you, Dad? I come home and you're putting cameras in people's hotel rooms, threatening your employees, having them break into the hospital and switch test results. Why would you do that? To protect the company, the money? From what? Your own flesh and blood? I mean, Rex is your son, my brother, and you would just toss him away.
I thought the DNA test cleared all that up and that Charlie was your father. Oh, God, no wonder everybody was so worried about him.
He took it pretty hard. We all did.
You know, I was hoping it was Charlie, too. And I'm so sorry about all the things that Clint said at the wedding. But you know how hateful he can be. You are a wonderful young man, and anyone would be proud to have you as a son. I know I am. And Charlie adores you, and Shane, and Gigi.
I'm hoping that after all this calms down, I still want him to consider himself part of my family.
I know he'd like that.
I had to tell Shane. Now that everybody knows, I didn't want to hear from somebody else. He was disappointed. He got quiet. I asked him if he wanted to talk, but...
Well, he's 14.
He trusted Charlie. He loves him. Why wouldn't he? Charlie's a great guy.
He's the best.
He's just, he's the kind of guy that will always be there for you. You know, he's exactly the kind of person that you would want, that I would want to be my dad.
Look, Joey, I know you're angry. I understand that. But you don't know what I know about that girl. Now, when you see the footage...
I don't care about any flash drive, Dad. I know Aubrey and I love her. And I only came here out of respect for you, which is a concept that you don't seem to understand. Anyway, the fact is, I'm married now. And there's nothing you can do about it. So just butt the hell out.
Okay, look, Joey, let's just sit down and talk about this. Joey, you don't know what you're doing.
What did you say to him?
Kelly is not in her room, and Helen says she did not spend the night in her bed.
Should we have a note?
Read my lips. She didn't come home last night. You're the one who hijacked that wedding and sent your so-called sister down the aisle. And Kelly must be devastated. And if she did something reckless, so help me, you will pay.
All right, you don't want to talk about this? I'll talk about it, John. Okay? How do you feel, Kelly? Well, I feel stupid, and I feel hungover, and I don't know, kicked to the curb.
Hair of the dog?
No. The thought of it makes me want to puke. John, obviously, we slept together last night.
Yeah, so?
So what about Natalie?
What about her?
Honey, I think that John is just going to need some time to work through these feelings, you know.
Mom, I wasn't even with John when I slept with Brody.
I know. But I think maybe he doesn't understand why you didn't trust him enough to confide in him. Okay.
Is that what you think? That I don't trust John?
Darling, you love John. You were afraid of losing him.
Well, now he's gone.
No. Come on. He loves you, and I know that he loves this little boy. And I think in time he may learn to accept why you did what you did.
Not if he shuts himself in a hole and refuses to talk to me.
Well, then go and find him. I mean it. I'll stay here with Liam.
Can we just go home and talk about it?
No, we can't just go home. You told me that our daughter just packed her bags and left the house. What's stopping me from doing the same thing?
All right, fine. When I went home last night, because you were working, and we couldn't go to New York, I found Salinger taking advantage of Danny. In fact, no more than that. Sexually assaulting Danny.
Todd, you're saying that Nate was trying to rape Danny? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if I'd use that word exactly.
If you need the legal definition of rape, you should look at People versus Manning, 1993.
You know, this is your fault anyway. Maybe a little punk in custody and let him go. I'm surprised he killed his old man.
Will, thanks, but we already have another suspect.
You sure got over here fast. You must be worried about something.
I just need to know what you told Joey.
I tried to tell him what was on the flash drive, but he wouldn't listen. You know, I gotta hand it to you, Aubrey, if that's even your real name. I gotta hand it to you, girl. You got that boy right where you want him. You must be some piece of...
Mind your manners, Dad.
You're a fast worker, I'll grant you that. Roped him in church and then dragged him up to the altar.
It was very beautiful.
No, it's very desperate.
He's happy. Did he tell you that too?
Yeah, well, how long is he gonna stay that way?
Guess that depends on you.
Yeah, you got that right. Because as soon as he calms down, I'm gonna show him the footage. Because I kept the original. Kelly only had a copy, but you know that. That's why you're here.
Please don't show him.
Sorry, no sale.
And if I sweeten the deal?
You don't have anything that I want.
What if I can make your legal problems go away? I understand how you feel about Charlie. He's a wonderful man, and I'm very fond of him.
I know you are. I also know that you don't exactly get along with Vicky.
Well, she threw me out.
Well, it is her house.
You're tough. But I suppose you come by it honestly.
Thing is, Charlie is married, and Vicky is going crazy. He didn't come home last night. So if you hear anything, can you let me know?
Of course.
Thanks.
You heard?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
You got married?
Yeah, Mom, it just seemed like the right time to do it.
Joey!
Look, Aubrey and I were waiting until Natalie and Jess got married, but since that wasn't going to happen...
Yeah, that may never happen.
Right. Anyway, with the decorations there and the minister, we just...
But honey, you didn't even have any family there. Who was there?
Aubrey's brother. Look, Mom, no, I wanted you to be there. I really did. But you had just been through so much.
Sweetheart, is this what you wanted?
Definitely. Definitely, Mom. I'm really happy.
Well, then I guess I'm happy for you.
Hey, have you seen John?
No.
Did he call in?
Not that I know of. Look, I heard about what happened yesterday, Nat. I'm sorry.
Thanks. Listen, I'm really, really worried about John. I went by his place. He wasn't there. He hadn't slept in his bed, so he hadn't been there all night. And I went by Rhodey's, and the place was trash.
Yeah, I heard about that. A friend of mine is a regular over there. He said that John shut down the place early.
He shut down early on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. And when somebody questioned him about it, he went after him with a pool cue. I mean, he's lucky the guy didn't press charges.
Oh, my God. If he's that out of control, maybe he got in some sort of accident.
You want me to call the hospital?
No, not yet. Could you please just run his plates? I need to find him. He's in trouble, and I need him. His son needs him.
Okay, I guess we're not talking about this right now.
About what?
We had sex, John.
Well, you know, there are worse ways to spend an evening.
Okay, that's not the point.
Sure it is.
What about Natalie? You cheated on her.
I don't think you want to go there.
Why not?
Joey Buchanan, the supposed love of your life. I don't think you'd be too happy about what you did last night.
He's married.
I'm not. Neither are you.
Okay, look, we were hurting. We had too much to drink, and we ended up in bed together. But John, we're friends. And I do not want to ruin that or hurt anybody else.
Well, you know, Kelly, that's where you and I are different.
You're upset. And I understand that. I am not too happy with things right now either. But you have a little boy. Okay, look, I know. Don't go there. I get it. But you're gonna have to go there pretty soon. And I know it sucks. And I'm not saying mistakes weren't made. But that doesn't change the fact that you still love Natalie. And you know what? You could still be a family. You could still raise Liam.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm done.